Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at a primary school, and one primary school to be specific. This primary school is in Birmingham and it's called Anderton Primary School. Now that name might ring a bell, everyone. Anderton Primary School in Birmingham is also the same school that was protested by Muslim parents for the LGBT lessons. Remember that one? And this story that's come out is disgraceful, and I call for everyone to check what these teachers, and I use that word as a joke, are doing to our kids. This is shocking. Now, this is Lady Abby Roberts on Talk Radio with Mark Doolan. Abby Roberts is a comedian and he's classed as the woke finder general on Twitter. Here's an example of one of her tweets. I urge everyone to stop minimising what's being done to our country. It's not just masks, just social distancing, and just vaccine passports. This is the end of our beautiful way of life. Start telling anyone you meet, once it's gone, it's gone. Not much you can add to that, really, is there? And she's found a doozy when it comes to wokery. Shows exactly why our schools are indoctrinating and should either be swept clean or closed completely, in my honest opinion. Listen to her smash teachers, and this school specifically. But I really do suggest you find out what your teachers are doing to your kids. I very much doubt this is one school. Listen to this.
It's time for the Woke Finder General, top comedian Abby Roberts. Hi, Abby. Now let's talk about primary schools, because I think alongside learning basic skills such as arithmetic and reading and literacy, for me, what I really want out of a primary school is that the children, the pupils, are politically correct. I think that's a big priority.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want any 3-year-olds, misbehaving and using non-approved language. This story is about Anderton Primary School in lovely sunny Birmingham. The children are being taught. I mean, actually, when I read these things, I'm like, good God. I mean, where are we? Anyway, but here we go. This is actually not satire. This is true. Children are being taught to hold up posters rejecting sexist language being used by teachers. So like when and phrases include, come on guys, man up and grow a pair.
Noticed how the sexist language is all male terms? You notice? Sort of tells you a lot about the mentality of this head teacher, doesn't it, everyone?
This is what's being taught to little kids, as young as 3. So don't be playing with plasticine. You've got to be getting your correct woke language right, little Johnny. So anyway, so when you say come on guys, the little kids are being taught to hold up signs saying, sir, I'm not a guy.
So an activist then. Am I wrong on that? Does anyone want their 3-year-old to be an activist? Anyone? Let me know in the comments.
This is what we're teaching young kids in Birmingham. And the person responsible is the headmistress. She's called, they've always got double-barreled names, these people. Good God. Sarah Hewitt Clarkson, who obviously did a degree. I blame Tony Blair. She probably did a degree in gender studies and unicorn farming at a University of God knows where, and didn't become president of the student union despite wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt with a glob of hummus on it. So she's now headmistress of a school, telling children to worry about guys and grow a pair. How wonderful. Isn't it wonderful education now, Mark?
Well, I think Britain is officially North Korea. In fact, the North Koreans would blush at these measures. Yeah,
absolutely. It is scary how, I sort of joking aside, obviously I'm a comedian, but this is now becoming, anyone watching this, listening to this is deadly, deadly serious. This is neo-Maoist. Look up all, the stuff that Mao did between 1952 and 68. This is exactly what happened, getting young people to denounce older people for their language, and now these younger people are having the guilt put on them of, we must report these people. And the same, Lenin was the same. Basically look at any left regimes, and this is where we're going, guys.
We want to fill these young people, we want to fill their brains with knowledge, not brainwashing. There's an important distinction.
That's the other thing as well. Boys don't cry. We're not allowed to say that anymore, even though it's a great Cure album. Anyone out there who wants to check it out. But the scary thing is, Mark, as well, is that this lady, this headmistress, and they've all come, basically they're all common purpose. I'm sure the organisation that trains all these people up. These people are useful idiots for the Maoist takeover, which is basically what's happening. And the scary thing is that they'll equate. In fact, I'll read something. She's put all this sexism is a spectrum which extends from a teacher using the word guys and not meaning anything harmful by it to the rape, torture, and murder of women.
So a radical feminist head teacher teaching radical feminism to 3-year-olds. Sounding amazing, this, isn't it, everyone? At this point, I would like to highlight the fact that the head teacher is actually the sexist here, and not the boys in her school, which seems to be where it's all aimed at.
Which is basically like if someone stole a chip off someone's plate in the school dining room, their next stage would be armed robbery and arson. I mean, that's the logic.
Well, the great irony of this sort of approach to education is you're making little people think about these horrific images, and they shouldn't be thinking about that. They should be thinking about My Little Pony and jigsaw puzzles and those little building blocks with different letters of the alphabet, and they should be making a mess with paint.
Exactly, and let's not talk about what you do on a Monday night after you've clocked out from talk radio.
Well,
yeah,
exactly. I do all of the above.
But anyway, it's awful, and like I said, I really feel for these poor little kids in Birmingham. You know, I don't know if any of them watching, but good grief.
Please get rid of all of the woke rubbish. The kids don't need it.
Now that's quite scary, isn't it? If she's putting it down to Maoist, we all know how that ended, don't we? Now this, in my opinion, should kick the fake conservatives up the backside and make them go through our education system like a tidal wave and sweep out all of this rubbish. Absolutely disgraceful teaching 3-year-olds to hold up signs against teachers. She is right. The next stage from that would be to denounce your own parents. And we're already seeing evidence of that already, aren't we?
On a funnier note, do you know what it reminds me of?
Ooh.
The school teaching them that, and they're holding the signs up. It's like they're all chanting for bingo. Like, oh, do you sign up if you win a full house? Bingo!
Well, they're not satisfied now with higher education students being activists. Now they want 3-year-olds to be an activist. Are you serious? Holding a sign up is protest.
Well, there's one thing I would like to know.
It's like they're teaching them to be future protesters, isn't it?
How does a kid know that the teacher is doing that?
Because they're teaching them lessons on it as well. Obviously, or they wouldn't know. So it's not just holding a sign up. They're being pumped full of what's bad and what's not when it comes to language.
They've got to be getting it from somewhere, haven't they?
Yeah, 3-year-olds at primary school should be, like she said, they should be learning how to play with Play-Doh.
And Lego.
Yeah, and each other.
Yeah. Whatever happened to building blocks and running around?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? And the thing that gets me the most is the Conservatives have got a majority. They've got all of the power to be able to sweep this sort of stuff into the sea, but they don't, which tells me they probably either are too stupid to realise it's going on, too ignorant to care, or there's possibly monetary value to it.
Or they just don't care and they're in it for the money, like you say.
Yeah. But I'd like to know your opinion on this one, everyone. Has any of your children been taught the same in any other schools? If so, let me know in the comments, everyone. I do want to know about this, because it's scary if they're teaching Maoist practices, isn't it? And she's comparing to Lenin. That's not good. We live in a free country, and we seem to be on the knife edge at the minute.
Yeah.
So share it out, everyone. Everyone needs to see this. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.